You got me running, shake it, shake it, shake it, feel that. Raise your hands up, raise them up.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call. So this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This webinar is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here we will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, so yesterday we had the US core retail sales data released. So yesterday in the call in the morning, Jin did mention the possibility of a good retail sales data. And indeed, we did see it happen. So how does it affect the US market? Today we are with Jin Dao Tai, founder of LCMS Traders, a multi-million-dollar trader trading an account with more than US $14 million on a daily basis. So Jin, I'll pass the time to you now for the breakdown on the US core retail sales.
All right, good morning, everyone. So we did see some good news coming out from the US, some good data coming out from the US. Not just the core retail sales number, but the overall retail sales number as well. So what we saw at 8:30 last night, GMT plus 8 Singapore time, was we saw core retail sales for the US pretty much go from minus 2.5%, expected of 5, came out at 8.4%, with retail sales number itself going from minus 2.7, expected 5.9, and came out at a 9.8%. With that in mind, one of the reasons why we saw such a big jump in this case for retail sales number was that stimulus checks that the Americans were receiving. They were getting about $1,400 for the check. This stimulated, and it actually shows that the stimulus checks did have an impact on the overall economy as people were spending that money. They were putting that money back into the market. You know, we're going to see that multiplier effect come into play into the medium and longer term, because $1,400 spent today or within that month would have increased employment, would have increased production, would have increased sales and also inventories. So leading from that stimulus check and now seeing the retail sales number jump, we're probably going to see a bit more of a sustained better US data coming around, possibly into the future. You know, better PMI numbers, better employment numbers coming out. We're probably going to see GDP maybe jump a little bit into the quarterly numbers as well. So all that put together, what we actually saw in the broad-based scheme of things was, looking at the charts here, with that good news coming from the US, you know, on the Aussie US dollar, we saw that move up from, you know, we saw Aussie dollar moving up because of employment numbers, but we saw that retracement back down into the 7730 level. So it actually brought it back down a little bit as the Aussie climbed because of employment numbers. We saw it coming back down. We saw the New Zealand dollar, as I was talking about the rate statements and the rate decision. On Monday, we said it was going to hit 7167. On Wednesday night, we said it was going to sit across before going to 7167. It's hit that resistance level, with now the US dollar possibly being a little bit stronger coming because of the data. We might see that pull back down again. So all those reaction at the resistance levels right now seems to be crucial, in addition to all that good news coming out from the US. We see that retracement back down again for the euro dollar. We've seen that move back down again from the resistance of 1.3778 on the pound dollar. So right across, pretty much a straightforward move last night. Good US data came out, stronger US dollar applied across most major currency pairs. We've seen now the US yen also starting to climb back up from that 108.58 level. I'm still looking for it to go up to test 109.80, 109.80. It is on track as we talked about yesterday. Euro yen, I was saying that it's possibly going to break 130.28. It's looking like that right now, but possibly going to be dragged up a little bit by the US yen. And then, pound yen has broken lower, broken that 150, but it looks like a retest of that support level. We might see it come back up to 150.90. So looking at all that, I think the US dollar, good news from the US dollar, good news from the US data is probably going to have a bit more of a sustained impact on bringing a stronger US dollar. We're going to see a bit more of a reversal on the major currency pairs. There is some possibly good trade ideas on the US CAD, but I'll share more with you on that slightly later.
Yep. So, Jin, just a question. With the reversals coming in, do you actually suggest us trading the reversals or wait for the movement to be confirmed?
It all depends on what have you been doing before this reversal came around. If you have been trading, you have been making some money on leading up to this setup of a reversal, then I would say take a little bit of risk, try and take advantage of this reversal as you can try and trade it back down, trade to that US dollar strength. The overall run trend and the overall movements has been slightly some towards that US dollar strength. So, take advantage of that reversal. But if you haven't been actually trading too much, you don't have that profit to take advantage of or to risk, then I would say size down, still trade it as a form of an experience, as a form of learning how to trade that reversal. Take advantage of this move, but make sure you size down, keep your stop losses very tight, and then see how far that reversal is going to go. Keep your take profits to the maximum.
Okay, thank you, Jin, for that. So let's jump to the currency in focus today, Canadian dollar. Jin.
Right. So with the Canadian dollar, looking at it, again, back to forextradingasia.com, looking at the economic calendar there. Today being Friday, we have had all the news come out from the Chinese economy already. We're looking at CPI numbers on the Eurozone. As I spoke about the euro dollar on Tuesday, CPI numbers do not really push prices too much at this point. Things to focus on tonight will be at 8:30. Again, the US building permit number coming out. Not a big change expected here. The stimulus checks will not have that much of an impact on building permits because $1,400 in relation to an investment into a property pales in comparison. But what you're going to look at is the consumer sentiment. Consumer sentiment for the US looking to go from 84.9 to 89.6. Some upside in consumer sentiment, also driven because of that stimulus check. The good thing is that we're not seeing much news coming from the Canadian side with wholesale sales number coming out and also foreign securities purchase. These are long-term economic indicators. These are not things that you want to consider if you are trading into the short to medium term. So with that, it actually might make trading a little bit easier on the US CAD. The US CAD here on the H4 time frame, we've seen that move off 1.2500, bouncing off that point because of the good news we saw from the US last night. At this point right now, it's coming so close to that 125.80 level. It looks like it's a bit of a profit taking happening at this point. What I do think is going to happen is we might see further upside because of the anticipation of good US data. But we might see it come back down a little bit to about 125.25, about 125.25 before seeing that bounce back up to 125.80. And I'm looking forward to it breaking 125.80 to head towards 126.35. So in terms of a trading opportunity, what you should be looking out for is don't look to buy at this point because it is looking like it's retracing. It looks like it's coming back down a little bit. Look for that bounce off. Look for it to react to about 125.25. If it bounces off this point, you could be looking to keep your stop very tight at about 20 pips, take profit at about 40 pips, a 1:2 risk reward ratio there. That's part one of the trade. And then part two of the trade, as it breaks above 125.80, you could be looking at 125.90. Again, 20 pip stop loss for a good 40 pip take profit level. Again, a 1:2 risk reward ratio. So two trades here reacting off that resistance level. You're looking at a 1:2 risk reward, 20 to 40. And then part two, again, another 20 to 40 trade idea again. So quite simple trade for the US CAD. Alternatively, if it doesn't bounce, if it comes any lower, still look for buying opportunity. I'll be very adverse to try to trade it off or trade it downwards from 1.25. So I wouldn't be looking to sell the US CAD in any scenario. I'll be looking for that buying opportunities straightforward.
Yep. Okay. So guys, take note. It's the buying opportunity for US CAD. And yeah, today is Friday, so we'll be doing the cryptocurrencies too. So today we have Daniel, a coach at LCMS Traders, to share his cryptocurrency analysis. Daniel.
Okay, thank you, Chinwei. So let's go straight ahead and look at the charts. So we look at the charts here right now. Last week we did mention that a lot of bullish momentum coming in, feel good, and then it was having a ascending triangle coming in. If it breaks above the ascending triangle of like 61,000 or 62,000 level for Bitcoin, it would be pushing up. And of course I was looking very aggressively, possibly pushing up to 70,000 range, okay, the level. But okay, so let's zoom it in. Okay, move it in, and that's what I was looking at. As it breaks above the ascending triangle, breaks above a very bullish momentum coming in, it will go to 70,000 range. It didn't do that. I mean, it broke really very nice upwards before a consolidation moving across with the momentum doesn't seem to move. But nevertheless, it pushes the price up last week as more and more companies, institutional investors, a lot of companies like Tesla, all those are starting to getting more receptive to having cryptocurrencies as a payment gateway or a storage, or keep it as part of their currencies savings. Now, but what really happened really nice last week, okay, was that for Ethereum that it really, because it pushed, also we saw a ascending triangle coming in. However, it seems that it pushed the Bitcoin momentum, you feel pushed really very more bullish on the Ethereum. As I was saying, that it will probably be pushed above, above 2,148 or 2,150 level, it will probably go up to about 2,300 level, and it did that, and it really pushed even further upwards towards 2,500 level. Now, what we could probably be seeing here is the same as the Bitcoin. I'll be looking at right now possibly people taking either profit taking or or moving like back to the somewhere to the support level here, about 60,000 range. I don't think it'll go all the way down to 60,000 range, maybe about 62,000 or maybe even the 61,000 range before another push upwards, going upwards where the euro comes in, and possibly this time will get to about 70,000 range. Now with that, what happened in the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, this is what's going to happen. I looking at the data, we probably again will come a retracement back down probably, and looking at it, it's most likely will retrace down to quite close as it previously has happened. It will probably retrace down quite close to the trend line here, probably to this, about this level for the next week or so, maybe about 2,300 range to worst case. Best case, I think it will be retracing about 2,400 range before a push upwards. Now, what I will probably be looking at, if it indeed break above the 2,500 range for the Ethereum, I'll be looking for a buy trade as following the trend moving outwards, and a possibility of going to 2,700 range for the Ethereum. So right now, I am really looking, compared to the Bitcoin and the Ethereum, I'm a bit more bullish on the Ethereum, where it will probably go very nicely a profit to about 2,700 range. Okay, so also in summary, I'll be looking at possible retracement back to the next week of Friday. There'll be some retracement back before an ongoing continuation of an upward trend moving for both the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. That's all.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, so today is Friday. It's the end of the week. So right now I'll get Jin to share a little bit more about next week's events and what is his outlook on next week. So Jin.
As we head into the end of the week, next week is going to be quite action-packed, right? Which currency is going to be in focus for next week? I will show you. It is quite straightforward. Again, back to Forex Trading Asia, looking at the economic calendar. Monday next week, we have a whole bunch of news, but these are probably not going to move prices too much. So you can take a little bit of a break on Monday. Focus comes on Tuesday onwards. Early Tuesday morning, we have the RBA meeting minutes. We already know what they have done in the policy release and the rate statements, but we want to know how convinced are they to look at it. But focus for next week is the pound dollar. If you do nothing else next week, look at the pound dollar. On Tuesday, we have employment numbers, we have average earnings, we have employment claims, claimant count numbers coming out. On Wednesday, we have CPI numbers coming out on the pound for the UK, and CPI numbers looking like it's going to be quite good. Was on a yearly number was 0.4, expected 0.8. On a monthly number was 0.1, expected 0.5. So quite good numbers, possibly coming from the UK in terms of inflation numbers. How is this going to impact the rates decision and the stimulus? Now with the UK coming out of a lockdown as well, we might see that as a bigger influence on the pound dollar. CAD as well, so we'll talk more about CAD next week. And on Thursday, we have some US numbers, but back to Friday again, retail sales number for the UK. So look at how the retail sales number has been applied or has been influencing the US dollar. Just last night, if we see good retail sales number coming out from the UK, we're going to see probably quite big movements coming for the pound dollar as well. So for me, the focus next week will be back to the pound dollar with some US strength coming around. It is going to be a nice setup for the end of the month, end of April, or close to the end of April, as we see more trade ideas, more trade opportunities come around.
Yep. Okay, Jin. So just another question. It seems that every week we have a lot of economic data releases, and we always get common issues from traders like, I can't find trades, I can't find trades. Am I right to say if all they do is follow the economic calendar, there are plenty of trades around for everybody?
That's a double-edged question, right? Why I say it's a double-edged question is because if you only follow the news and economic calendars, what could happen is you could have a lot of trading opportunities if it moves in line with what you expect. If you are thinking it's going to be a good news, like what we did yesterday, we said it was going to be possibly a good news for the retail sales number and it comes out as expected, then you have a lot of trading opportunities. But if it comes out inverse to what you expected, then you're caught. You've sat there waiting for news, which when the news comes out, you've got no trade to enter. So again, my best advice as an approach to trading the markets will be to have a combination of approaches. Be ready to trade the news, be ready to plan. As we know, when the news are being released, you can plan trades, you can even set up trades to enter before the news sometimes, but also be ready to take advantage of moves in between news events, looking at purely technicals or combining both the fundamentals and technical analysis together. So have a wholesome approach. Don't just depend on one avenue. Multiple sources is always better than just having one side.
All right, thank you, Jin, for that again. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, I believe the LCMS Traders Club actually assists everybody, the club members in that, providing some ideas before the news, midday trading ideas. So right now I'm going to get Daniel here to share more about the LCMS Traders Club platform. Daniel.
Okay, thank you, Chinwei. So really, if anybody is really serious about profitable in trading, you should really listen right now and look at it. As I introduce you the LCMS Traders Club and our dedicated club platform. Now, let me go and share it right now here. Okay, so looking at this, this place is the LCMS Traders Club. We're hosting a community of traders where we share strategies, ideas, analysis. We monitor the market together, and it's really almost like a part of a professional trading team. Where we see here we have the trading floor, where the interaction between the members and the coaches, all within the members, looking at possible trade ideas, what certain things mean. We can put it here. Any questions you have, we will actually, everybody will come in and explain and discuss. Now, not only that, here we have the market watch, where we will take a look at what's happening in the market. We'll give you a summary of what has happened. In fact, in the morning, we will also look at like daily currencies analysis, what possibly if we look at different pairs, what we could do. Now, just not only all these, we have, here in this LCMS Traders Club, some of the features let me tell you some of the features of this platform. Now, we have the economic calendar here, where you can plan your trades, know what surprises could be coming up. We have the data flash, where you get the news released earlier than expected. And of course, we also have the Forex heat map, where you can see what currencies are moving, knowing immediately which pair to focus on, and perhaps look into the charts and do what to trade. Now, not only that, everything here, it is moderated by the coaches at LCMS Traders, and also we have live trading sessions twice a week. We have a group coaching on a Monday evenings and a live trading sessions on Wednesdays. Now, these sessions is where we can guide you through the current market conditions, and we can literally make profits together. Now, if you have joined us from the Telegram channel, you have been receiving the trade signals late, but here in the platform, you will get the signals 5 minutes earlier than the Telegram channel. In fact, when we look at the charts, we see a possible entry, we will place it here immediately. And not only we give the signals here, we also give you the analysis behind it, where we look at the signal analysis chat room, where we tell you the strategy and the reason for every signals that we issue. And if there's a hit a take profit level, we will put in and say if you hit the take profit target, and we'll suggest you whether to secure your profits or to continue to hold. Now, this platform is available on the web, desktop, and mobile application, which means you can access all these contents anywhere, anytime, and receive mobile notification of our signals. Now, LCMS traders has started since 2014. We have helped hundreds of traders exactly like yourself go from completely confused and unprofitable to actually understanding the market, recovering losses, and finally be profitable. So I would like to encourage you guys to join us in this club membership, access the platform, which is worth thousands, but for right now, a limited time frame, this is your chance to join us at only $199 a year, which really is $1 a day. Now, this is really without a doubt the very least you can do if you want to achieve your best in trading. So make sure you get on board right now. Okay, so that's all. That's about LCMS Traders Club.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Seems like a must join for the club. So yeah, we have come to the end of this session. By the way, everybody, our podcast is up on Spotify. Just search for Forex Trading Asia in Spotify and you will find our channel. So that's just subscribe to it. At the same time, in the chat, I have posted up the Telegram link, LCMS Traders YouTube channel link. Subscribe to it for the daily recordings, and the Traders Club link if you want to sign up for Traders Club. And if you're looking for a managed account, check out forexbriefcase.com. So with that, that's the end of the session today. We'll see you guys on Monday for Aussie and Kiwi. Thank you and goodbye.